Welcome to the few, the brave, the proud here in person after a very busy week, and of course to all those joining us online tonight. We are glad you are here, however you got here. It is my pleasure at this time to invite Rose up to kindle our Shabbat candles. If you would like to follow along, we are on page 2. Thank you. Your choice if you want to go matches or lighter. It's a 50-50. So you relate them and do your hands and we'll do prayers. I know. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav u'tuvanu l'chad l'ibnei Thank you so much. And thank you for singing. More singing is always good. We turn at this time to page 8 to read together. I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics, and no services. But I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other, to work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us and to bring that vision to life. Thank you. A love song on page 10. Yedi nefesh avarachaman meshuchavdecha el ratzonecha yarutz avdecha kemo aya yishtecha veha el muhadarecha yeravo yedidutecha minofetzu vechota We turn to page 12 to begin our reading of Psalms for this Kabbalat Shabbat, the welcoming in of a much-needed Sabbath. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, l'Adonai, lechu neranena. Adonai. Naria, Naria, Letzur Yishenu, Nekad Mafana Bethoda. Naria, Naria, Letzur Yishenu, Bizmirot Naria lo, Lechuneranena, 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 Adonai, Lechuneranena, 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 Adonai. All right, we continue on page 13. This is a new-ish version, but one we have seen before. Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai Baruch Shemo, Bazru Miyom Le'om Yeshuato, Sapru Vagoyim Kevodo, Bechol Ha'amim Nifleotav, Ki Gadol Adonai U'Mechuval Me'od, Norahu Al Kol Elohim, Ki Kol Elohei Ha'amim Elilim, Va'Adonai Shamayim Asa, Hod ve'hadar lefanav, Oz v'tiferet b'mikdasho, Yaidai, 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 Yismechu b'shamayim v'tagel ha'aretz, Yiram hayam u'melo, Yalo sarai v'chol asher bo, Az yeranenu kol atzeyar, Lifnei Adonai kiva, Kiva lishpot haaretz, Yishpot tevel betzedek, Ve'amim be'emunato, Yai-da-da-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai, Yai-da-dai-dai-dai-dai, Yai-dai-dai-dai-dai, Yai-dai-dai, Yai-dai, 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 Yai-dai-dai-dai-dai, We turn to page 16 for Zamriel. Zamru Adonai Bechinor, Bechinor v'kol zimra, Bechatzotzrot v'kol shofar, Haru lifnei HaMelech Adonai, Yiram hayam lo, Tevel v'yosheva, Neharot yimcha v'yachad, Harim yaranenu, Lifnei Adonai kiva, Lishpot Ve'amim ve'mesharim Yiram hayamum lo Tevel ve'yosheva Neharotim chachad yachad harim yeranenu. It's always a little scary doing a slow one, so we're gonna mix it up. Page 18. Mizmor leDavid, havu Adonai, bnei elim, havu Adonai, kavod va'oz, havu Adonai, kevod shemo, hishachavu Adonai, behadrat kadesh, norah Adonai, Al hamayim el hakavod hirim Adonai Al mayim rabim kol Adonai Ba'koach kol Adonai ve'hadar kol Adonai shover arazim v'shaver Adonai el artzei halmanon vayarkidem Kemo egel Lebanon ve'Sirion ve'in re'emim kol Adonai chotzev avodesh kol Adonai Yachil midbar Yachil Adonai midbar kadesh kol Adonai Yechol elayalot vaychesof Yarot uveichalo kulo umerkavod Adonai lama buyashav vayishev Adonai melech leolam Adonai oz Le'amo yiten Adonai yivarech et amo b'shalom. At this time, we turn to the Harodi on page 20 and 21. As is our custom here, we will sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. If you are able, please rise on verse 9 to welcome in our Shabbat bride, B'li Kala, B'li Kala. Lecha dodi likrat kala yedadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela hai lecha dodi likrat kala yedadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela shamor beizachor beidibur echad Yishmi'anu el hameyuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad L'shemu tiferet ve'li tehila Lecha dodi likrat kala yedadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala yedadai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela Yikradamah lechu v'nelcha Ki mekor habracha Merosh mikedem nesucha סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, ידיי, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, ידיי, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך ומיורי. אורי, אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, ידיי, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, ידיי, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי כלה, בואי כלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, ידיי, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, ידיי, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. Thank you. You may be seated. Entrances to holiness are everywhere. The possibility of ascent is all the time, even at unlikely times and through unlikely places. There is no place on earth without the presence. Hatzi Kaddish can be found on page 26. Yit Gadal Yit Kadash Shemei Rabba B'yama Divra Chirote Vayam Lik Malchute B'chayechon Uvyom Echon Uvchayetechol Beit Yisrael Ba'agala Ba'agala U'izman Kariv Yimaru Yeshme Rabba Mevorav Le'alam Lo Me'omaya Yitbarak Yitbarak V'yishtabach V'yitpar V'yitramam V'yiknaseh V'yitadar V'yitale V'yitala Shemet Kudasham Lehila min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran b'yama v'imaru. If you are able, please rise for the Barhu on page 28. Yay, hey, 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 Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch atah et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. You may be seated. We read together in the English at the bottom of page 30. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai Ham'ariv Aravim. We continue on page 33 at the top. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. The Shema can be found on the next page. Thank you. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Thank you. You may be seated. Yahavta continues on 36. V'yahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavecha v'chol nafshecha v'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Veshinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shivtecha v'veitecha, uv'leftecha v'derech, uv'shochvecha uv'kumecha, u'kshartam leot ayatecha, v'hayu letotafot bein einecha, u'chtavtam Al mezuzot betecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru va'asitam et kol mitzvotai v'itam kedoshim Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem Me'eretz Mitzrayim, li'ot lachem Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem, Emet. We read together in the middle of page 39. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. Yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai lai. Mi chamocha v'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osefele, nora tehilot osefele, ma'alehutecha ra'uvanecha, Bokei ayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, Ze'eli anu ve'amru, Adonai imlok le'olam va'ed, Yadai, 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 lai, 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 yadai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 yadai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 lai. V'ne'emar ki farad Adonai et Yaakov u'kalom yad chazal mimenu baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael. We read at the bottom of page 43. Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth, prepare for us as we return, spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom alinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. We celebrate Shabbat, day of rest and peace, with Yismechu on page 44. Yismechu v'malechuteha, shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, ve'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechuteha, shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, ve'korei oneg Shabbat. Mekadeshe Shvi Shabbat, Kulam Yisbehu, V'yitangum Lechu Shabbat, Yismechu V'malechuteha, Shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, ve'korei oneg Shabbat, Yismechu v'malechuteha, shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, ve'korei oneg Shabbat, ve'hashvi'i ratzita bo ve'kidashu Shabbat, Chemdad Ya'amim, Oto Karata Shabbat, Yismechu v'malechutecha, Shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, ve'korei oneg Shabbat, Yismechu v'malechutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat Vekorei Oneg Shabbat Zecher Lema'aseh Bereshit Shabbat Zecher Lema'aseh Bereshit Shabbat Yismechu Emalechutecha Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat Vekorei Oneg Shabbat Yismechu V'malechutecha Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat Vekorei Oneg Shabbat. We now turn to the Amidah. If you are able, please rise and join us on page 46. Adonai, Sefer Tiftachu fi agitechi matecha. Adonai, open up my lips, let my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el ha'gadol ha'gibor ve'hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel chasadim tovim, ve'koneh hakol, ve'zocher chasdei avot ve'imahot, u'mevii ge'ula livnei bneihem, למען שמו ואהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומעיר, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל התורה והושיע, מוריד אתה. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, צורך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומסיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו משני אחר. מכמוך בגבורות ומדומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללו השרה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. We continue silently until page 62. When you are finished, please be seated. Huya Aseh Shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru. Amen. May the one who makes peace in the high heavens make peace for us, for all of Israel, and all who inhabit the earth. Assemble the people, men, women, and children, and the strangers in your cities, to hear, to learn, to revere Adonai your God, to observe faithfully the words of this Torah, and let their children who do not yet know it hear, that they too may learn to revere Adonai your God. At this point, Temple Sinai Mincha holds that we would have a Torah service, but tonight we are just going to have some words of Torah from Aaron in a moment. We know, however, that this guy? That I'm trying to be serious here. Across time zones, Torah scrolls are open up and down the hemisphere, and with those out, it is time for us to ask for healing for those in need. We are especially thinking tonight of Wendy Alderman, Kathy Bartlett, Tracy Bartlett, Sue Burkheimer, Neil Calder, Laura Cohen, Alan Gordon, Stephen Gould, Marlene Harris, Harvey Higdon, Laura Jawad, Kevin Knox, Dave Levine, Harav Miriam Bat-Shifra Bat-Chinhas, Harav Miriam Yael Chaya Bat-Sara, Tim Ober, Judy Ramos, Peter Ramos, Ray Riker, Shirley Rutkovitz, Sarah Bakhava, Marion Shankar, Jessica Waditz, Bobby Wells, Usher Zalik, everyone affected by the coronavirus, and the Jewish and other communities of Ukraine. If there are other names and you are online, please put those in the comments and they will be shared. If you are here with us and you would like to add a name, please do so now.
Joanna Peterski, Claire Peterski.
For all those who are named and those whose names we hold in our hearts, we say Misha Berach on page 253. Misha Berach Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishe Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and let us say, Amen. Our blessing for the study of Torah can be found on page 86, or if you know it, you can just say it. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu b'divrei Torah. I almost had that. Okay. At this time, I would like to call up Aaron for some, as he promises, nice words about scary words.
Shabbat Shalom. Thanks to Laura for leading tonight's service, for inviting me to offer some words on Parshat Ha'azinu, and special thanks to Jeff Gingold for calling me young before the service. Even though we crossed this mark when the rabbis the other day said, we have this app and we need everyone under 40, all the young people, to crash it, and I crossed that line this year. So I'm glad to know that it's a little bit debatable. Toda Rabbah. Shabbat, so the Song of Moses that comprises the entirety of this portion is filled with divine rage and vengeful threats. If I may take the liberty of reading a few highlight verses of this legendary diss track, starting on Deuteronomy 32:20, with some abridgment, here goes. Apologies for the tone. God said, I will hide my countenance from them and see how they fare in the end. For they are a treacherous breed, children with no loyalty in them. They incensed me with false gods, vexed me with their futilities. All incense them with non-folk, vex them with a nation of fools. For a fire has flared in my wrath and burned to the bottom of Sheol. Now, note the rare mention of the Jewish underworld. So, hey, we get hell too. Has consumed the earth in its increase, eaten down to the base of the hills. I will sweep up misfortunes on them, use my arrows on them. Wasting famine, ravaging plague, deadly pestilence, and fanged beasts will I let loose among them with venomous creepers in dust. The sword shall deal without, as shall the terror within, to youth and maiden alike, the suckling as well as the aged. Oh, there's a child just got here. I might have reduced them to naught, made their memories cease among humankind. When I whet my flashing blade and my hand lays hold on judgment, vengeance will I wreak on my foes, will I deal to those who reject me. I will make my arrows drunk with blood as my sword devours flesh. Words of Torah. Yeah, thank you. I usually read to a 3-year-old, so this is nice and different.
4-year-old right here.
Oh, a 4-year-old with a lot of experience. And those are just a few examples. So if y'all thought Rabbi Benjamin's sermon last Tuesday got extra real, this parsha is on a whole different level. As an educator and as a parent, I know the value of occasionally using sticks instead of carrots. Carrots are useful for growth, but when it comes to avoiding danger, sticks speak with greater urgency. This parsha is surrounded by abundant blessings and encouragement for a brighter future, softening the tough talk with sweetness, and thereby making this ending of Deuteronomy one of the earliest recorded examples of a compliment sandwich. I try not to be demeaning or punitive when I offer the music educator's equivalent of a divine admonishment, but as long as they're clearly worded and only used rarely, I often end up astounded with the immediate benefits and positive results from changed behavior. There are diminishing returns if I get blunt too often, but I'm sure every one of us in this room and everyone tuning in virtually can remember a time when a mentor, a parent, or a trusted authority reached our attention with direct, urgent words. Reading between all these grandiose threats and insults, God's message through Moses to the people is that entering Israel will only go well if they remember who liberated them from Egypt, and that they make sure not to repeat the mistake of the golden calf incident, among other collective slips. Yep, I hear one for the golden calf incident. God is seeking a mutual relationship of recognition in order to continue to provide protection for the people entering a new and dangerous land. Maimonides observed that one of the worst things God can do to us is to hide God's face from us, which is the result of our own decision to forget or ignore God. The books of the prophets are an endless repetition of the people forgetting God and suffering misfortune because of that. Even given my personal views on what divinity might be and what I think divinity probably isn't, I can still see the amount of human suffering that still needlessly takes place when we forget what a miracle it is that we all continue to exist. And when we succumb to short-term greed, arbitrary hatred, and we seek out golden calf figures because they offer easy answers that ask little of us in return. As both rabbis clearly told us this week, in very strong terms, we all have a role to play in Tikkun Olam, the perpetual repair of our broken world, both through reestablishing mutual regard through kavod and through seeing our neighbor as ourselves, even and especially when doing so is challenging. Speaking on this parsha, Parshat Ha'azinu, Rabbi Jacqueline Mates-Muchin of Temple Sinai, Oakland, who I had the privilege to meet recently when she officiated the bar mitzvah services for my nephews Asher and Ezra. She has excellent search engine optimization. She was the first article I found. She said, and yet as the book of Deuteronomy ends on a note of pure blessing, we too will work towards our ideals anyway. We will do our best to follow the paths of life and blessing, knowing that we will falter, knowing we will fall short. And that is the righteousness that lies within Ha'azinu, that even as we know that we will falter, we will try anyway. I look forward to trying with all of you together this year. I think we're off to a good start. Shabbat Shalom.
All right. Well, thanks for the dramatic reading. The rest of us, we will turn to page 282 for Alinu. And Matt, if you wouldn't mind coming up to open our ark doors, that would be lovely. Please rise. Alinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol. Oh, gosh. Let's just close that. That's fine. Velo samanu k'mishvot ha'adama shelo sam helkinu kahem v'gor alinu k'chol hamonam v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Thank you so much. Who's running the JPC? Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. You were amazing. Page 286. Good times. 286. Let all who dwell on earth acknowledge that unto you every knee must bend and every tongue swear loyalty before you, Adonai, our God. Let them pay homage. Let them give glory to your honored name. Let all accept the yoke of your reign, that you may rule over us soon and forever. For sovereignty is yours, and to all eternity you will reign in glory, as it is written in your Torah. Adonai will reign forever and ever. Thus it has been said, Adonai will become sovereign of all the earth. On that day, Adonai will become one, and God's name will be one. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol ha'aretz bayom hahu. Bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Thank you. You may all be seated. Our thoughts turn at this time to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. Tonight, as we think of those who we are missing in our community, we think especially of Andrew Venuti, Lucille Alexander, Stanley Browdy, Edna Bailey, Jenna Deborah Dunoff Castle, Will Spiegelman, Leonard Fusari, James Hawley, Ken Hecht, Roberta Smallrish, Edward Gingold, Cookie Jabinski, Carl Weinberg, Al Grossman, Jeff Blank, Richie Zorn, Janice C. Pendergraft, Jay Slotkin, Esther A. Goldwater, Arlene Levinson, Jack Robinson, Meyer Zabulski, Esther Kaufman, Rabbi Abraham Feinberg, Jenny Klein, Morris Klein, Mike Auerbach, Sherry Grossman, Vivian Friedlander, Harry Greenspan, Samuel Jaffe, Bernard Noach Medine, and Harold David Selig. If there are other names in your life or the lives of those around you, please leave them in the comments if you are virtual, or you can raise them up now. Mourner's Cottage can be found on page 294. If it is your custom, please rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei rabbah. Yoma divra hirute v'yamlich malchute b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael b'agula ubizman kariv v'yamru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam u'lalei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalal shemei d'kudashah b'rihu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran b'yamav v'yamru amen. Yehei shlama rava min shamaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yamru amen. Oseh shalom b'marmav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yamru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say amen. Thank you. All right. The time has come to talk announcements. So Aaron downplayed it, but we have in fact not only misplaced, but run out of Torah. So we're done. Just kidding. We are heading into some busy weeks around Sukkot and Simchat Torah, and we have lots to share with you. Of course, everything can also be found on the Temple Sinai website. And on our cool app that you can join even if you're over 40. All right, thanks tonight to Jen Wulff for serving as greeter, for Tova for helping with tech, and also training our two wonderful new helpers, maybe three. They might have found another one. So many thanks to all of them. And if you would like to be trained, just show up early and we'll get it done. We would like to have more congregants chant Torah each week. If you are interested, contact the Rabbis Zober or Marilyn Roberts. They can help you learn to chant and provide recordings to help you practice. Tonight, we will be doing a grab and go oneg for those of us in person here. And if you are virtual, please stay for the Yisma Zoom, our virtual oneg. You can find details for that at sinaireno.org/live for how to get into the Yisma Zoom. Tomorrow is a quiet day. There is no Torah study tomorrow, the 8th, but things get busy again on Sunday. Please join us at 9 a.m. to decorate the sukkah. As far as I know, it's actually finished now. At 9:30, Sinai School is starting, and that first 20 minutes or so, yes, that's Morgan. That first 20 minutes or so, please join for family tefillah service. It is quite adorable. On Tuesday, it is lunch with the rabbis that will be held in the sukkah because it is Sukkot. So please bring your lunch and your questions and your life dilemmas and share with the rabbis. On Thursday, October 13th, there is a 4:15 p.m. Torah for tots, also in and around the sukkah. Please join for that. Friday, October 14th, there is a Tot Shabbat in the sukkah at 5:30. Then there will be a potluck between the Tot service and the grown-up service. So 6 p.m. Nosh, 7:30 p.m. Normal Shabbat service in the sukkah. And that will be also live streamed. So that's new this year. And then next Sunday, October 16th, we and Emmanuel and the combined Jewish communities of Reno are holding a community mitzvah day. The hours are from 9 a.m. to 12. Please check in at Temple Emmanuel. They will also have snacks, so that's good. The Mitzvah Projects themselves run from 10 a.m. to noon. If you're curious about them, Jen had grabbed all the flyers out front, so she has them. Please grab one from her for details. And then that Sunday night, we are having a Simchat Torah celebration. We'll get the scrolls from somewhere and roll them all out, and we can see all the beautiful special places and the commandments and the Song of the Sea and everything that's all decorated and beautiful, and get them rolled back to the beginning for Genesis. So please join us at 7 p.m. next Sunday for that. I think that will do it for tonight. Okay, we will close with MPL on page 328, please. Oh, MPL, Yevorak Kol Yisrael. MPL, Yevorak Kol Yisrael. Ein Hadir Kadonai V'en Baruch Eden Amram. Ein Gedula Katorah V'en Darshanecha Yisrael. MPL, Yevorak Kol Yisrael. MPL, Yevorak Kol Yisrael. Ein Hadur Kadonai V'en Vati Keden Amram. Ein Zaka Katorah V'en Kachamecha Yisrael. MPL, Yevorak Kol Yisrael. MPL, Yevorak Kol Yisrael. Ein Tahor Kadonai V'en Yachid Keden Amram. Ein Kabira Katorah V'en Lamdanecha Yisrael. MPL, Yevorak Kol Yisrael. MPL, Yevorak Kol Yisrael. Ein Podek Adonai V'en Zadik Keden Amram. Ein Kedosha Katorah V'en Tokamecha Yisrael. MPL, Yevorak Kol Yisrael. MPL, Yevorak Kol Yisrael. All right, please join us on page 5 for Kiddush. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei b'riat v'nafem. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'rasa b'anu. V'shabbat kodsho v'ahava u'ratzon yigdilanu. Zikaron l'maaseh v're'echit.
Uvidom tefila, lemekrai kodesh, zeher v'tziyat, Mitzrayim. Kibanu v'acharta, v'tanu v'gasha, mikol ha'im. V'shavat kodecha, v'ahavat u'ratzon, imchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh Hashabbat.
Right.
Baruch atah Adonai, Elohim melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz, Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you all. Please join us for Grab and Go in the lobby, and we'll see you next week.